Psykopig here, and I'm going to bring you the crafting hacks from Secret World. Let's check out some stuff, shall we? Secret World has quite an immense crafting system, one that may not be easily tackled if you haven't had some sort of help from the get-go. These are the runes across here, these are your base materials, and these are all the different kits used for crafting themselves. Now, each item has different levels that are used to create different qualities of each of the items you're crafting. So here you have base metal, you have imperfect metal, you have standard metal. Take note of here is that each of these different levels of quality are used to craft different quality weapons, which is the QL rating you see on the side there. Now the different QLs range from 1 to 10 depending on your skill level in a set weapon. So if you take a look here, for instance, with my shotguns I can use up to skill 10. Chaos, the same thing, and pretty much everything else on this character is at skill 0. So the only weapons I'm going to actually be able to use are shotguns and chaos focuses. Glyph crafting is probably one of the more simple ones to take care of because it's only the same pattern every time, it's just the different glyphs that you use that's going to change the outcome. So you pick up a whole stack by left clicking and then right click into the pattern, and that will lay out one of each of the items. Now when you see the box goes green, it means you're onto something, and you place a toolkit into the tool box. What comes out at the bottom is a glyph that has all the characteristics of the runes you've just placed in there. So in this case, I've used the Lu rune, which adds crit to items. So when I take a look at what I'm creating, this is a substantial increase to the critical rating. Glyph crafting can be mixed up a little though, right? So let's take the same rune we just used, the Lu rune, and place 2 here. And let's take the Trinity rune, which adds penetration this time, let's place it in the other 2 spots. What we're going to come out with once we place the toolkit in is something that does a combination of 2 different effects. So you can see here, it's a moderate increase to penetration and a moderate increase to critical rating. Wondering to yourself, can you combine the offensive runes with the defensive runes? Yes, you can. Basically, we do exactly what we did before. So we take the Trinity rune, let's say, place down 2 of those, and let's take a look here. Maybe we want some physical protection with that. So we take the Koru rune, place it in the other 2 spots, and again, take your toolkit of the correct quality, and there you have a surgical glyph, something that adds penetration and physical protection. Disassembling items is a really easy way to see how things can be put together. So let's take this gun for example. I'm going to drop this down in the disassembly window. Now what you can see here is the outline of a gun shape that is used to create a pistol. What you can see down here is the runes that give it its power. Now because I've already got this set up in a certain way, I'm hoping that everything should pop out into its correct place when I push the disassemble button. Almost. Take the metal, I'm just going to place it down in the stack there. Now the metal crafting material is used to create pretty much every weapon in the game. The rest of this stuff is used to create the talismans, the base structure of the talismans. All of these different materials between water, dust, fire, and metal all add different inherent bonuses. For instance, water here adds health, dust adds healing, fire adds attack, and your metal just adds plain weapon power. So let's take a look at some of these items in their raw form. So let's take this headpiece here, a head talisman. It's a quality 7 head talisman. It gives 289 health, 175 heal rating, and it's got an enchanted glyph on there. We're going to pick that up, drop that in the disassembly window, and there you see the base pattern of what a head glyph is supposed to give you. Now the separation of these 2 runes is based on the 2 different abilities the glyph gives, which is a defense rating and magical protection, which if we take a look on the side here, we have those runes already set. Here's magical protection, which is the pentagram rune, and here's the defense, which is the wedge at rune. Here's a nifty little button if you didn't know about it before, but clear assembly items will remove everything without damaging the structure. So let's go ahead and try and create a head talisman with the fire component, which adds attack to the base of the item. So we're going to pick this up and lay this out in the pattern that creates the head, which is just like that. Next step, we grab our talisman toolkits, we plop them down, and the result is Ashes, 255 health and 157 attack rating. Once we push the assemble button, out pops our sweet, sweet new head talisman. Now you might be thinking, that's not really enough, there's an empty glyph slot right there. So basically we're going to take this, pop it into the assembly window, grab one of our glyphs that we think might help along the way of getting the outcome we desire. Let's say the brutal glyph here. We're going to place this right next to the item, and what we're going to have is brutal ashes. So again, the base stats 255 health, 157 attack rating, and the brutal glyph, which has added an 84 to the critical rating. We're just going to push assemble here. We have brutal ashes. Together items, you might find yourself lacking on certain higher level materials that you might need. So basically, you pick up a whole stack of the base material, let's say, and once you plop it all in there, imperfect metal is what we're going to get out of it, and it's going to take 5 to create 1 of these. Basically, you just keep upgrading until you get to the point where you've got enough materials for the item you need to create. So let's go ahead and create a pistol. Now what I've got here is my sacred quality metal, and I'm going to place it out in the pistol pattern, which goes a little something like that. Now again, once you see the green box, you know you've got something. Pick up the weapon toolkit, place it down in the tools, and there you've got it. Dual pistols of QL8 with 234 weapon power. Let's go ahead and assemble those pistols. And there we have our finished product. Now that we've got our pistol, let's say you're playing a tank and you're using pistols. We want to add a little something to it. Let's grab these 2 runes. The Sacred Earth rune, which adds block to the item. Place it out in the required pattern. Let's also take this one, the Sacred Pentagram rune, and place it out in the remainder of the pattern. From there, we're going to take our toolkit and pop it down here. Now you may see a little difference that this toolkit is blue. Now, this is a rare toolkit you can get from mainly dungeons and the occasional mob drop. The result is something quite magical. This pure glyph comes with a moderate increase in magical protection and a moderate increase in block rating. Let's assemble that now. There we have our pure glyph of QL9. Now that we've got our finished pistols and we've got our finished glyph, let's place them together. Pick up the pistols, pop down the glyph next to it, and the result is pure dual pistols with 234 weapon power, 60 block rating, and 62 magical protection. Let's assemble that right now. There you have it, another finished item. Now when you're looking for materials for crafting, you're not going to find them by just picking them up off mobs. No, you have to disassemble everything you get. You can pick up pretty much any item that a mob drops, drop it into the disassembly window, and disassemble. Now gadgets are something of a reusable item in the secret world. Let's say we wanted to create a reusable health stimulant. We'll pick up our water, which adds health to items, place it in this pattern, and then take one of these gadget toolkits and place it down there. Once we assemble it, the result is a character-bound stimulant that's reusable. This one adds 300 health for 20 seconds with a 2-minute cooldown. Other types of stimulants you can create. Let's check out dust. Place in the gadget toolkit. There you've got yourself a stimulant that adds 46 heal rating for 20 seconds. Let's say you're not interested in heal rating. Maybe you're interested in attack. So let's take the fire, place it out in the familiar pattern, grab our toolkit. What you have is an attack stimulant that grants 46 attack rating for 20 seconds. Let's go ahead and assemble that. Too afraid to use some online resources as well to help with your crafting. What I'm going to do is pop some links down below that I found helpful when doing my own research. A little while ago, Jeff created a pretty extensive guide on our website. It does come in 2 parts. There's obviously plenty of other really helpful guides out there. So what are you waiting for? Follow the links, get to crafting, and until next time, feel the squeal.